Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. The office of Speaker of the House of the United States House of Representatives is hereby declared vacant.
Out of the 50th state, Russ Francis soared from Kailua High School to the University of Oregon, good enough to be drafted with the 16th overall pick of the 1975 draft after not having played his senior season in college. Professional football had never met a Russ Francis.
What's up, my brother? How's it going?
What's happening, man? Long time no see, dude.
No kidding. Between me going to Maine and you going on trip to New Orleans and
yes, dude,
going on a cruise and
yes, bro, yes.
It's been a while since we did our last episode. It's been about a month. It's been about 4 weeks.
No doubt. How was Maine, by the way?
It was great, dude.
It's a beautiful state, right?
I went and visited Jana and her husband. That's the first time I've seen her in 44 years, man.
Yep.
Last time I saw her, she was down here.
Yeah, long time, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. It was good to see all them people, man. It was really
good.
As you can see, I have no more ponytail. It is gone.
I saw that on the Maine. Did you cut that off before you went to Maine?
No. First day I was there, Aunt Peggy come by and she said, "You know I do hair, right?" And Mom kind of brightened up, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
No, I was so subtle hint.
And I got it whacked off, man. So yeah, I'm officially old.
Yeah.
I have no hair left. Because you know what's under this hat? It's a big horseshoe.
It'll come back, bro. Don't worry about it,
man. What you gonna do, man? But yeah, it was a great trip, man. We had a good time. Really did. Got some business done for Mom that she that really set her mind at ease. And she's doing fine, Dan. She's doing fine. She really is.
Very cool. I know she. Hey, good. Shout out to Mom today. Get her in her prayers. She went for biopsy today, and let's hope everything comes back.
She called my wife to give her an update and was a little bit stoned when she talked to her. So she was in good spirits. That's for sure. So yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I talked to her on the way home from work today, and then she called me right before the show here, before I logged on with you, and asked me, did she talk to me today about the, and I said, yeah, weirdo, I called you on the way home from work. So I'm sure she's still under the influence of whatever
it was. My man Das Wolfen chimes in. He says, "You had to use Wakefield footage of him decimating the Royals, huh?" Yeah. I see how it is. Laugh out loud.
That's
Buddy,
just that's the luck of the draw there, because he decimated everybody.
That's just the footage I decided to grab, man. That's it. He had a lot of highlights I went through.
He did.
What's funny is, and we're going to get into it when we talk about him, but what's funny is when you see his catcher not be able to catch him. That's what's amazing, right?
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, when he was on his game, when he was at the top of his game, he was unhittable and uncatchable.
Uncatchable.
Yeah. He struck out a lot of guys and still made it on the base, dude. So yeah, he was a bad motherfucker.
But anyway, let's see the axe for tonight, Dan. What you got for us?
Okay, so I go in to pick my whooping stick for tonight, and my granddaughter Cheyenne says, "Use the red and black one." So I got the old Gibson Les Paul Studio out tonight.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, this is the only only Gibson that I have. It's a rock machine for sure. It's got the splitters on it and blah, blah, blah.
Parkway color scheme, even. Yes.
Parkway. All right. It's all about the red and black, dude. No doubt. Got to represent at all times. But yeah, that's what we're using tonight. And we're drinking a local microbrewery, Celestial Beer Works.
Let's give them a shout out here. What do we got?
Yeah.
Celestial Beer Works.
Beer Works. Okay.
With a bunch of rabbits and rams and stuff.
This is a small brewery here in Dallas. But they've got great beer. This one is their hazy IPA. Look, you can't even see through that stuff, dude.
Yeah, wow.
And using the old Saints glass, you know what I'm saying? Represent.
Oh, yeah.
Because gold is the way.
Where'd you get that?
You got this for me, man. You and Ronnie got that for me. But look how hazy that is. You can't even see through that stuff.
No, you can't.
And the best thing of all, it tastes great. 10.0, dude.
Less filling. It tastes great. Less filling. I have, of course, the virus of unknown origin. Tink.
Where's
my tink? Where's my tink?
My bad.
Tink.
Tink. There you go. Cheers, everybody. Nice to see everybody.
All right, boys and girls. Well, it must be because we were gone for so long, but this guy has been in my ear since we got on the damn.
What do we got?
Well, you know what we got. We got
King Perv.
We got the.
That's right.
Top of the heap. I almost hit the wrong one. I need to delete the other one, bro.
Delete the other one, bro. Tigers, top of the heap, man.
Baby. Top of the heap, man.
Ew to the yeah. Look at them boys. I'd hate to be at the bottom of that daggone pile, though.
Right.
Oh my God.
Crazy stuff. How about them LSU Tigers? But
look at that final score, 18-4.
I mean,
What's up?
Smoked them Gators, but
smoke them food like it ain't no thing.
You know what's the top of the heap. You know what's on the top of it.
Yeah.
Eject. Fire on the flight deck.
This business will get out of control. It'll get out of control, and we'll be lucky to live through it.
Yeah.
I watched that movie just the other day, by the way, and it still holds. Man, it is a great movie.
It is in my top 5, Dan.
It's great.
That is one of my top 5 favorite movies ever. I love The Hunt for Red October. Oh, of course, I read the book, too. Wait,
Ukraine.
Don't be vapor locked, man. Don't be vapor locked.
Ukraine.
Fool. Ukrainian Ukraine. Russian-Ukraine war at a glance. What we know on day 589 of the invasion. At least 51 people killed in Kharkiv missile strike as Zelensky accused Russia of a genocidal aggression. And I have a more detailed.
Didn't they targeted a cafe, right?
Yes.
I mean, just
the Russian missile slammed into a cafe and grocery store in a village in northeastern Ukraine on Thursday, killing 51 people during a gathering to mourn a fallen Ukrainian soldier.
Yeah,
Ukraine says. So it was a blindside attack. It's just.
I mean, what do you say to something like war, right? That old saying, "War is hell," right? But damn, man.
But that's crazy. This stuff it's getting out of hand over there.
They're not even. I don't know. You know, they're going to come up with some cover story saying that there was operators, black op operators. That just looks like a bunch of people mourning a dead comrade, and you hit it with missiles.
Yeah,
I mean,
man,
what are you, ballless or something?
Do they not know what they're shooting at? I mean,
come on now. Come on.
I mean, from what I understand, there was a 6-year-old there.
Well, yeah, there was, people crawling out of the rubble, women and children and old people. What?
Yeah.
What?
You're a tough guy.
High value asset did you
High value asset they hit there. Goons, man. They suck. Russians. You and I were in at the height of the Cold War, so we're never going to trust anything.
Well, we're tainted for sure, but anybody that's following the Putin regime is just, they get no love from me. I can tell you that. No understanding, no moral ground, no middle ground.
Yeah.
I mean, the best thing that can happen is somebody really, either a coup or some kind of black ops thing. He needs to be
God, maybe.
Yeah, something needs to happen to him and the people that are supporting him.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's just, yeah.
Because, because Pootie Tang.
What a top.
That's his attitude, bro. That's his attitude.
Sign my pity on the running.
Pity on the running kind.
That's it.
Right says that. It's on, man.
That's it. All right. Meanwhile, back at home, Proud Boy, who disappeared ahead of his January 6th sentencing, was found unconscious by agents at his home. He was immediately given medical attention, but apparently this guy was missing in action. He was on house arrest and covertly tried to re-enter his home. Was found unconscious. He was sentenced to 14 years in prison, and he was dodging it. So, of course,
so he got sentenced, and what? He was on the lam or something.
He was on house arrest, awaiting sentencing, and once he was sentenced, they were going to pick him up, and he disappeared from the house. But they found him when he tried to covertly re-enter his house. I guess he knocked himself out somehow. That's crazy, man. Craziness. Next one we got here. Text suggests that. Yeah, I can't. I just can't.
You can't make that shit up.
I can't make it up. Some of these just speak for themselves, you know. Text suggests that Biden requested meeting with son's Chinese business partner after company paid Hunter millions. Now that's
I mean, consulting. What they're trying to do is they were trying to buy an energy group in Louisiana.
Oh boy. Imagine that. The home of corrupt politics.
You know what I'm saying? And the Bidens were trying to broker this deal with local businessmen there in Louisiana and the Chinese to get them involved in an energy company. Can you imagine? Chinese company getting a foothold in the... Who knows? That might be happening anyway. Who fucking knows? But the very idea...
They've bought land all over the United States. Chinese have.
So my question to you is this. I mean, we see a lot of this stuff, and where there's smoke, there's fire, and they've got a fucking laptop that has got all of this incriminating information. Who's going to jail?
Nobody has yet. They've got an impeachment inquiry going right now, but that sure sounds like a slap on the wrist to me. I hear
that's all window dressing, Jojo, and you know that as well as I do. That so they can go during re-election time and say, "Hey, I was a part of this impeachment. I want to get shit done." Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, feather in the cap. Yeah, it is horse shit. They need. While
we sit here, we the people, and just get rammed every freaking day. Yeah.
It's horrible, man. It's horrible.
We have to pay for all these fucking shenanigans, and they're not even cheeky and fun shenanigans. They're tragic. Sad and tragic.
We got a few stories. Yeah. Talk about tragic and sad. We got a couple like this one. Bupak Shakur. If you don't know who this guy is, he outed pedophiles online. What he did. He posed as like a teenager and would catch pedophiles. Fatally shot at a restaurant after accusing a person. Robert Wayne Lee used social media to pose as a 15-year-old girl to catch sexual predators. While his work led to arrests, he also mistakenly identified someone as a sexual predator who was not, officials said.
Mistakenly?
And this guy shot him for it. You playing around with your life when you start messing with bad people. That's for sure.
He's trying to do something good.
Yeah.
And
it
you got to make sure. Look, when you accuse somebody, you better make sure that you're right, especially something like that.
Yep.
God bless them. I'm sure they got some bad, sick people off the streets, but in this case, I don't know. You know, it looks like the wrong person was accused, and you do that to the wrong person, man.
I mean, the guy's not in the right for shooting him.
No, he's not. But that's just part and parcel, and
that guy at the same time shouldn't be accusing people unless he knows it's 100%.
Gotta be 100% sure on that. Gotta be.
Absolutely.
The next one to the guy that shot him and to the guy that lost his life, man, because nobody wins in that situation.
Nobody wins in that one. This one right here, this is, I don't know if it falls under F around and find out or they don't catch the smart ones kind of thing. Suspect in girl's abduction. This is a 9-year-old girl that got abducted from a New York State park. Was found through fingerprints on the ransom note, the governor says. Charlotte Sienna, 9 years old, was found in good health in a cupboard in a trailer used as a living quarters by the suspect. Governor Kathy Hochul said.
Say what?
Yeah,
Governor what?
Governor Hochul, she said.
Governor Kathy Hochul.
The suspect is in custody by the state police. They found him through fingerprints on the ransom note, bro.
Well, you know.
Genius.
Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
Stupid is as stupid does, sir. Is that what we're trying to say?
Well, that's good. You know, that they found her, and yeah. I mean, there's many situations where these people don't get found, and they spend a lifetime enslaved and doing whatever. So, you know, the Lord was watching out, and 9-year-old girl was found. That's good. That's a win for.
That is a win for everybody.
For everybody.
I love it when criminals.
Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
Does, sir.
You know what I'm saying? It works out great when that happens.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. The next one we got here. Brooklyn. Yeah, this one I saw earlier today. This is tragic right here. This speaks to the state of some of the. Now, I know you guys have probably seen the story about how Targets are fixing to. I covered it last week with my friend Wookie Be Bad. How Target's leaving a bunch of cities on the West Coast because they're losing all their product to thieves and
because they're not prosecuting.
They're not prosecuting. Well, this may be the same kind of thing here. Brooklyn activist stabbed to death in sidewalk confrontation after attending wedding. Now, I'm not going to sit here and show the video, but this picture right here shows what was happening. And he was there with his lady. They just left the wedding. And the sad thing about this is this Carson fellow was an advocate for people dying of drug overdoses and stuff. He was an advocate for these drug addicts and stuff. And it's just sad to see that it's quite possible that he was killed by one. I mean, this guy, if you see the video, he was very agitated. He had no reason to confront this guy at all. And he just went after him. And
this is interesting because it's sad. Well, you know, there's a politician that's being very vocal about. You know, the question is, should we do surgical strikes and military action into Mexico in conjunction with the Mexican
that story's
government?
Coming up, Dan. That's under earthquakes.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, but you have these politicians that say, no, we can't do that. We need to put more money and expand existing programs. Look, we've got to do something about. We've got programs in place to help people, right? To clean them out and to put the word out there so people are educated about the dangers of drugs.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got to do something else other than what we're doing because it's not working.
Right.
It's not working.
Look.
And the Mexican government, if they're truly in charge, would be on board with us as a coalition to go after these cartels.
Well, we know that's not the case, but
and that's the problem, right? There's the rubber hits the road. Because who's running Mexico? I know people from that country, and they'll tell you flat out, it's not the government.
It's not the government. That's for sure. Yep. Mm-hmm. But getting back to this particular story, you know, I work in the rehab field myself.
Yeah.
And the thing that's always said is accountability is the most important thing for an addict. They have to be accountable for their actions. Well, if you stop prosecuting people for crimes, this is what you're going to get. If you stop making them accountable for their actions, they're going to run wild. So
why do we stop prosecuting? Because our jail system is overrun. So we're trying to, redline certain items. Oh, we're not going to prosecute that.
No,
that's a problem. But,
build a bigger jail. Build a bigger jail.
The jail systems have become big business too. Overcrowding, right? Yes, they are criminals. Yes, they are. But should they be crammed together 30 in a 6x6 and fed? And
there's unalienable human
and then we
rights.
release these people. Are they supposed to be rehabilitated? I mean, it's a fucking really bad cycle there. So, but something else has to be done other than just pour more money into existing programs and building bigger jail cells. We got to do something about the fucking root problem.
Right. Yeah.
If you got a cancer tumor, you don't take out all the little cells around it. You got to take that tumor out.
Programs. It has to be also accountability for actions. It has to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, and that's part of those programs. But we've got to do something to the people who are feeding these freaking people.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
Ariel says, I say we nuke the Mexican border on their side and make it a radioactive wasteland. That's a little extreme.
But see, that's where we're at now. Okay, because our politicians actively are not helping us, and these people are pouring across, and we're the people having to deal with it.
Yep.
Not people up on high.
No.
Setting policy.
They're not going to. No.
It's the rancher that's sitting there trying to, do his thing, and people are getting killed, raped, enslaved, taken, kidnapped. We're the people that pay the price.
Yep. Yep.
But that's where we're at now, because nobody's listening. Yep. Nobody that represents us is listening. That's happened before in our history. And what did we do?
Yeah. Yep. Joss Wolfen says, need to take a page out of Demolition Man and cryo freeze them. Oh, there you go.
Do something, man.
Didn't they thaw out somebody that was pretty bad, though, in that movie?
Sure did. So to
Ariel,
fight fire, you got to turn the fire loose on them, dude. So
we need to build.
They're not playing by the same rules we are.
I hear you. We need to build only 2 jails, one in Alaska or the part of Antarctica we own, and then the other in Death Valley, and dump all of them in those jails and let them survive on their own. Wow. You go, Ariel. You go.
Escape from New York.
Escape from Death Valley. Yeah, right. The next one, well, Trump trial. Judge in New York fraud trial issued a gag order after Trump repeatedly attacked his clerk. Now, I have another headline here, and I think it really is the thing that's going on in this fraud trial. This guy who was, he's an ex-Department of Justice official that worked under Bush. He says that Trump's thrown in the towel on the fraud case, which that's what I'm thinking, because he's sitting there now. To put this in context, guys, this is not a jury trial. It's a civil case, and I can't remember. I think I heard that they didn't get it in their paperwork in quick enough to get a jury trial. So the judge is deciding this case, and Trump.
Well, now wait a minute. Now I think the plaintiff or the defendant has the option to take it just a trial by a judge instead of trial by jury.
Could be. I'm not sure this total circumstances, but the judge is deciding this trial. It's not a jury thing. And Trump is attacking this judge at every turn. And that just, I mean, I don't know, Dan, if a judge is going to decide my fate on something, I don't think I'd be blasting him in the media. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's you and that's me. But Trump, the older we get, the more solidified we get in our personality.
Yeah, that's true.
And he is not, you're just seeing him for who he is.
Yeah.
And the older he gets, and he's been president now. So in his mind, what he does is successful, and it has been, and this is the way he's going to continue to be. I'm sure he's got advisors going, look, let's just take it easy here. We got a trial by a judge. It could come up, we could do all right here.
Guy?
No.
No. He's
got millions of people that will follow him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that almost makes him.
Now, if he's convicted of fraud, does he get to run for president? I wouldn't vote for somebody like that.
Well, it's a civil thing. It's not a
whatever.
It's not
I don't give
case.
A shit.
So
if this guy's been cheating and for whatever reason to make money, it's at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
He's been sued for fraud several times. No, I don't. But
I think this is. We talked about this before. This is all timing thing, and this is all trying to position where he cannot run. I think that's the end game here. It's not about if he's convicted or not. I think the end game for the other side is that he's not allowed constitutionally to even run for president.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the end game here.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do.
Look, he's fucking with the tall grass here. those people that have been doing that, the Mitch McConnells of the world, Nancy Pelosi's of the world, and I'm just using those names, but there's tons of them up there. That's their business,
Mm-hmm.
and they know how to play that game. He's a business guy jumping into that water. And
speaking of that game, there's a video here. Says, "Watch, laughter erupts on House floor after Matt Gaetz moved to oust McCarthy as Speaker." And I'm not going to play the video. I mean, you can barely hear maybe a couple of people laughing, but guess who had the last laugh? Kevin McCarthy is ousted as Speaker, throwing Washington into chaos.
That's bullshit anyway.
When he got, of course, we remember we chronicled how hard it was for him to get the speakership anyway. He had to make all kinds of deals just to do this. And he pissed off the right wing of his party. And
he's outlived his worth. And they were just there. He was not going to make it anyway. His battery life was blinking from day one. So once they were done with him, meaning the far right on his party,
right?
Once he has served his purpose, they were going to cut him loose anyway. So that was just a matter, not if. What did Charlton Heston say? It's not a matter of if, but a matter of when.
But when? Yeah. That's the opening of our Armageddon. Love that line. Yeah.
So that was going to happen. But for me, sitting here at the ground level, working and everything, how does that help me?
It does. Well, how does it help you? It just, it doesn't really. But what it does is it slows things down again because they can't vote. Not without a speaker.
Everything's stalled.
They can't do it.
Everything's stalled.
So any legislation is going to come up. It's not going to happen.
And we've got other headlines that's going to even slow things down even further.
Yep, absolutely.
And just keep in mind, we get to pay for this whole process.
Yes, we do. That is us. That is for sure. And of course, Washington's talking about.
Nothing to see here.
Doubt.
Yeah. It's going to get crazier before the election, guys. It is going to get crazier and crazier.
But you know what? If you pay attention to the timing of these things, it doesn't get crazy. This is part and parcel. This is a scripted thing. And if you think this is crazy, and if you think this is abnormal, it happens every fucking voting cycle. It just happens.
Yeah.
And we're sitting here going,
happens left and right. Yep.
How much taxes are going to get raised on me? How much more do I have to pay?
Right. Mm-hmm. All right, boss, back off.
What?
You know what? He hitting all the wrong
buttons.
People.
Just to remind people. Man, that guy's badass, dude.
Yeah, he is. He's awesome.
Oh, in the face.
I'm telling you, bro. What happened to the Dolphins, dude? Wow. Hey, that was a good game. They couldn't stop Buffalo, though. Their defense failed them.
Look, I don't know. The Moneyball situation going on in Dolphin land with this ex-ball boy, now guru of football. I don't know. I'm sorry, man. To me, and it's just me projecting. If you haven't played the game, if you haven't been in the trenches, if you don't understand the mindset to play and be successful at that, whatever sport you're trying to coach, I don't know how successful you can be.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You think I could?
The Dolphin team looks pretty flashy to me, but they definitely take on their head coach's persona because he's a puss who always bled.
I still haven't cut that, dude. I've got to cut that. The puss who always bled. That's right. I hear you. Let's see.
Look at the fucking 49ers. They have taken on the persona of their GM.
Yes.
They will smack you in the mouth.
They're all about
dude.
Mr. Lynch, man.
Beat them suckers up. That's what I remember he was saying, let's beat these suckers up.
Dude, they beat people up on the offensive and defensive side. They are all about beating you up. No doubt about it.
They play football the way it's supposed to be played.
We're going to find out what's up with that stuff. Tonight, we've got the Bears at the Washington Redskins. The Bears are
taking the Skins. I'm taking the Skins.
Yeah, I am too, because the Bears are they're totally – I mean, they don't have a defensive coordinator right now because he stepped away because he's being
some
looked
kind of
at for some
shenanigans.
bad things. Yeah. I mean,
they had their
God,
best game last week and they couldn't close it.
they could not close the. Well, dude, they were up 3 touchdowns on the New York Giants and let Daniel Jones and the Giants come back on them. I mean, God, this is a bad football team. They really are. They're on the clock for Caleb Williams right now. They really are. I mean, and it's not.
He's not going to help them.
Front office.
He's not going to help them if you don't control the offensive, defensive side of the ball at the line of scrimmage. You do not win.
No. You don't.
At the professional, you don't even win at the 1A division.
Yeah.
You've got to control. LSU Tigers cannot control the line of scrimmage on the defensive side of the ball, and they lose.
Real quick,
that's
before
when the game's
we go
won and lost.
Further here, Ariel says, so after all this hardcore stuff, how is everyone doing? We're doing great. Me and Danny have been on vacation. We're doing fantastic.
We're doing great. Look, even though my guys are stumbling,
you stick with your guys. You stick with
gold is the way. We're going to get that clip on here. Gold is the way.
Gold is the way. E. Clay Thomas says Trump has said that he may become speaker. Bullshit. I'm so sick of hearing that stuff, but I don't see how. Do you? He seems too busy as it is. Yeah, he's busy with litigation. He's not going to be Speaker of the House.
Yo, here's another clip for us, Joe John.
Yeah.
Don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype. No doubt.
Don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype. Ariel says, of course, you can head coach a team as long as you have Hylunder with you. Yeah, well, hey, look, he'd be my offensive coordinator and I'd be the defensive coordinator. Okay, that's how that would work, because that's my side of the ball is the defensive side. But they are the Bears. Yes, they are. And she says, remember that Saturday Night Live sketch? Oh yeah, the Bears. You know, we love them. We love them. And let's see. John
the NFL is better when the Bears are significant.
It is better.
They play outside. It's old style football, man. I like when the Bears are winning. It makes football more interesting.
Yep. Yeah, I got you picked there, John. He says Washington tonight.
The Commandos. There you go. There you go.
Okay. Real Wade Nation, you need to stop with this I beat Joe laugh out loud shit. Because you beat me because your internet connection was bad and I couldn't play the game. So I don't want to hear any more of that. You stop that.
Okay, let's go ahead and block Real Wade Nation.
Right.
Block him.
He's my boy.
Block him. He's no longer welcome tonight.
Skins by 6, E. Clay says. Well, I think they're going to win tonight, and I'm looking at the other games this weekend. I'm trying to find something that looks good to me. You know, the Saints New England game looks good to me.
No.
I'll watch any two teams playing each other in the AFC North.
Question for you, Joe
Ravens
John.
Game.
Question for you real quick. Let's go back to the Saints and Patriots.
Yeah.
Who's your starting quarterback if you're Bill Belichick?
Oh, dude, you keep rolling with Mac Jones. You've got no other choice. You've got to, man.
Zappy.
I understand. Zappy's coming off the bench. It's different when they have to be the starter, Dan. You know this.
So you saw him last year, right? He won more games than he lost. I think he was 3-1. Yeah. And the offense did move. You saw him when he came into the Cowboy game. The offense started moving.
Yeah.
You cannot throw the ball across. He got away with that twice before they actually picked him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can't run with the football and not be,
that was
aware of what's around
lost
you.
The ball, I was so pissed at him. I was like, "What in the hell are you doing, man?"
This is the third year that he's been at the saddle, and Belichick is stuck on stupid. I think him getting yanked and Belichick go. I think you're going to see Zappy this weekend. It'd be interesting to see. I would start Zappy.
We'll see. Okay, the Ravens at Pittsburgh looks good to me. Let's see what else looks good to me. A lot of these don't look that good, man. But this is the fucking game of the weekend right here. Whether you're a fan of these two teams or not, this one's going to be fun. Dallas at San Francisco Sunday night is going to be a lot of fun to watch. We're fixing to find out who's who in the NFC.
What are they playing in Dallas? I don't even think it matters. I think that the 49ers, they are so physical on both sides of the ball. They play a brand of football that, look, if you're not ready for that energy that they bring, you're going to look really bad against them.
Yeah, you are. You got to be a tough-minded team to be able to endure what you're going to face in that one.
Because they're going to put pressure on you from Jump Street.
All of their guys, and I'm not talking about just defense, all their guys on offense, they don't shy away from contact. They're looking to mow you down. I mean, Deebo Samuel, this guy is a dual threat. He's a wide receiver and a running back. He's both. He's built like a tank. He's a wide receiver that's built like a tight end. It's ridiculous.
Well, it's a great trade to get McCaffrey into that back. It's a great trade.
Yeah.
Great trade.
It put them on another level.
It really did. And Purdy is a sound quarterback. He really is, makes great decisions. And
I think they win the Super Bowl last year if he doesn't get hurt in that game.
Well, yeah, I think that's a safe bet.
Yeah.
Defensively, you watch the way they tackle. We talked about it pre-show. Mm-hmm. They bring their arms when they don't go for they wrap. They're sound on both sides of the football. They really are. You're going to have to beat them straight up because they're not going to beat themselves, and you're going to have to play a 4-quarter game, a very physical game, and they're going to put pressure on you from jump. It's going to be a good game. Cowboys are yeah, we're going to see what they're made of because they sure shit didn't look good against the Cardinals. The Cardinals are out of that division, and that division is a very physical division. And, they didn't look good against the Cardinals.
What happened for the Cowboys this year is the fact that McCarthy's calling the plays now because you're seeing a lot more running game now. You're seeing a lot more
running game. They're still trying to figure out the red zone. I think that'll come to them, but I tell you right now, that NFC West division is a nasty physical division, and that's a whole different bear to grab a hold of.
You saw what the Giants had to put up with this weekend. We sacked Daniel Jones.
This is what I'm saying to you.
In that game,
Cowboys played the freaking the Phoenix Cardinals, who are quietly having a pretty good year.
Yes,
but they're not the cream of the crop of that division.
No, they're the basement.
Yeah,
and
that's a tough division.
They do not mess around, no doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the stories here in the Jockstrap this week. We had this one. Fans want college football player suspended after he stomped on opponent's head. This looks like our beloved Louisiana Tech.
It is.
And this,
and that headline right there. This is the problem that I have with, like I say, journalism today.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what went on in those trenches. You don't know what was said, what was done. You don't know who was chopped. You don't know what was said. There's a lot of things that go on at the line of scrimmage. And so I have no problem with that. Like you say, he was adjudicated right there. Personal foul, boom, was handled on the field.
Foul. It was adjudicated on the field. This is the deal, guys. And my
football's a nasty game, and it's played nasty at the line of scrimmage.
Players, I want a dog in that person.
Yep.
You look at some of the best defensive tackles; they've always been called dirty players. Well, why?
Nasty dudes.
Ndamukong Suh, Albert Hainsworth, these guys were dominant at their positions because they were mean some bitches. You know,
that's who you want on your team.
That's what you want.
Look,
man.
The Saints only won one Super Bowl, and that defense that they had was just a nasty bunch. They were nasty.
They were.
Straight up.
We've talked about it several times, and you see one of them blasting Kurt Warner onto the retirement couch every time we do this show.
Yeah.
So let's see. After that Dallas game last week, I'm not sure. They obliterated the Saints. Still, I'm going with the 49ers. Let's see.
They didn't really. I mean, I watched that Patriots game.
He said the wrong thing there.
Yeah, I know. I know what he's talking about. I watched that game. The Patriots killed themselves. Mac Jones sabotaged that team.
A lot of mistakes.
The defense only gave up 14 points, maybe 17. 17. You give up 17 points in today's game, you got a chance to win.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Okay, so the next couple we got here is on the Saints. How Derek Carr was doomed from the start of the game versus the Bucs. Now, this has to do with his injury, huh, Dan?
Yes. I mean, the guy shouldn't have been on the field. And if you look at his stats, he didn't throw anything beyond the line of scrimmage.
Look at this. This is his passing chart, and there's barely anything out deep.
I mean, just ridiculous.
Right in here. Yeah.
The guy and that was intentional. The guy shouldn't have been on the field. how are you going to threaten the defense if you're not throwing a seam route, a crossing pattern, down the field?
Mm-hmm.
And the defense is keen to that. They see, they know, they're on the field. They know what this guy can do. Shouldn't have been on the field. And he was, the Saints coaching staff, head coach, dickhead. I'm not even going to use his name anymore.
There's his name right there. D. Allen, standing for Dick in Danny's book. Latest excuse for Derek Carr doesn't even make sense.
I don't know what Jameis Winston said or did to our coach, but the idea that you don't start him when this guy was obviously injured. He might not have any, tissue damage, but the guy definitely got injured.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's hurt.
Why you don't start Jameis Winston? Jameis Winston gives you a good threat down the field. He's going to get the ball down the field.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't even give this guy a chance. And you run this guy out there that's obviously injured, and then you come out this week and say, he's getting to where he needs to be now. Where the fuck was he last week? Why is he on the field?
Yeah.
They were a close runner-up on the Simple Jack Award because that's just bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm biased. I saw Sean Payton's team scrap when they had nobody, and they made the playoffs. And this guy's he's got one of the best defenses in the league right now.
The cupboard is not bare there.
It's not
no
bare
doubt.
there, and it's like, we talked before, it's a flip situation now. Before it was under Breeze, we had a great offense, and I was like, if we could just get a middle-of-the-road defense. Well, now flip. We've got a great defense. We've got no offense, and we're wasting that defense. And Dennis Allen, he gets the lion's share for me. He just does.
Look at John, man. It must be good to be the king, John. So it looks like your quarterback is a jalopy, not a muscle car.
Exactly. There you go.
Well, John picks on Carr because they used to beat him up. He's a Chiefs fan. They used to beat him up with the Raiders. You know what I mean? So,
hey, look. All I'm saying is the guy should have been on the field last week. The guy's a gamer. I followed his career in a very bad franchise that used to be a great franchise in the Raiders, and the guy stuck it out. And he should have been sat last week and let him heal up. I'm hoping for good things for the guy, but
me too.
Yeah, Dennis Allen.
I love Derek Carr. I think he really stepped up into a leadership role whenever that shit went on with Gruden. And
all I know is this:
they sent him packing.
This is what I'm hoping for. Okay, so the Cowboy fans are still all over Dak Prescott is sucking ass, and they don't like him. They don't care for him. I live right here, and they don't say anything good about him. I hope he leaves there and he comes home to Louisiana. We'll take him in New Orleans, dude. The guy can play. Yeah. One interception this year in a new offense? Yeah. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
The guy can play.
At least he can keep his girl and brother in check. I hear you. Yeah.
There you
go. Man, shots fired. Okay. We've had some bad news in the NFL this week. Actually, Boston sports was hit hard this week. We got a bit of an obituary section here at the end of the sports. First one we got to talk about is former NFL star killed in New York plane crash. This is the crash happened shortly after 4 p.m. Sunday at the end of the runway at the Lake Placid Airport, and on board was Russ Francis. You see him here in a San Francisco uniform, but that was after
he didn't make his hay there.
Retirement to play. He played most of his years with the New England Patriots. He was drafted there in the first round in 1975. Loved him as a player, thought he was a great tight end. And I remember when he came back to football and played for the San Francisco 49ers. Russ Francis played on a lot of bad football teams. He was with the Niners in 85, so he didn't play with Grogan in that 85 Super Bowl. But he was a great player. Great player.
Mike Ditka, when he came into the league, the tight end position leaped forward.
Yeah.
Russ Francis, when he came into the league with the Patriots, the tight end position leaped forward.
Yeah, it did.
The guy was a great ball player, and, younger generations didn't get a chance to see this guy play. Big man, great hands, great footwork, and the guy was, he got it done. I mean,
and he wasn't afraid to get dirty either. He could block too. Yeah.
Red zone, the guy was money in the red zone.
Yep.
Money in the red zone.
Yep.
No matter where you put the ball. And, big, physical, great footwork, great hands. Russ Francis really made that position leap forward through his play, and it gave the NFL an idea of what that position could bring. Because you get that big man matched up on an outside linebacker on a corner that's coming up on nickel or something like that. That's a matchup you don't win.
You don't win at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big fella. Big boots.
Big loss. Big loss for Boston.
He was in his 70s. He was in his 70s, but
still, you got time to live. Plane crash, that sucks, man. For Boston fans, sport fans, that's a big loss. So I enjoyed watching him play.
Peace,
so yeah,
Russ,
rest in peace,
love you,
bro.
man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if you're a Boston fan, this one even hits probably a little harder than that.
Oh, this breaks my heart right here.
Tim
Breaks
Wakefield
my freaking heart.
at 57. Red Sox mourn the loss of former pitcher who embodied true goodness. Yeah, the good die young. That's just all there is to it. He was 57 and it was taken by brain cancer. He spent 19 seasons with the Red Sox. I don't think he ever played for anybody else, did he?
19 seasons in the majors, 17 with the Red Sox. He started his career with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Only knuckleballer out there, and the guy was just unhittable. When he was on, unhittable, number one, uncatchable, number two. The guy struck out a lot of guys that still got to first base because the catcher just could not catch that dancing knuckleball.
Yeah.
But beyond what he did on the field as a pitcher for the Red Sox organization, great humanitarian. Had a lot of interests outside with special interest groups, people that were needy. The guy was, his wife and him and their family, they really reached out to the community. It's sad because, I had the MLB ticket. I watched the Sox this year, and he colors a lot of the TV games that I watched. And I watched him color one not even a week before he passed away. Kurt Schilling comes out on his podcast, says they have the Wakefields have a health issue that they're dealing with, blah, blah, blah. Red Sox come out because Schilling, obviously, he didn't have permission from the family to do that.
Right.
Red Sox, organization, sends out a retraction. A couple of days later, he's gone. He's dead.
Yeah.
Brain tumor.
Yeah.
Really sad. It
was brain cancer that got him. And I tell you what, I was sitting there digging into the highlights, a highlight video of his career, just trying to find something to put on the video at the beginning of it. And I heard this guy say, he struck out 4 in the fourth or in the ninth inning, struck out 4. I was like, that makes no damn sense. If he struck 3 out, the inning's over, right? And sure enough, what Danny was saying, if you've never seen a knuckleballer, this ball dances it's a slow
because there's no spin. There's no spin, and it just
spin, so it's floating in the air. There's no way to tell where it's going to go. Yeah. And the catcher has a hard time catching it. Tim Wakefield had his own catcher, and when catcher wasn't catching for him.
Jason Varitek was our catcher when we started winning, a World Series
played on
in
2
Boston.
World Series champions. Yeah. He did.
And
01 and 04, right, Dan?
Yeah. And Jason Varitek did not catch Tim Wakefield.
No.
He couldn't catch the freaking knuckleball.
No.
He had his own catcher that would go with him, and he was with him at Boston for the longest time. I don't even know the guy's name.
Yeah.
But
and he only played when he was pitching.
When Wakefield was pitching. Because again, when he was on his game, he was unhittable and uncatchable.
The way he got 4 strikeouts in this game, I was looking at.
But the guy was a class act out off the field.
I think the second guy he struck out, the catcher couldn't handle the ball. It was so low, and the dude struck out and made it to first base.
Pass ball,
and he struck
first
out
base.
the extra guys to get him off of there.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, man. The guy was great.
He was a class act off the field as well. We lost both of those guys. We lost bright lights out there. So yeah.
What's funny is you watch
cheers
him pitching
to Wakefield, and his family.
For sure. What struck me is how slow those balls are, and they couldn't hit them. 1, 2, 3.
Like we talked about earlier, he throws his little 75-mile-an-hour fastball. They're not ready for that.
Yeah, 75 miles
goes right
an
by
hour
him.
fastball was.
They're trying to wait back, and the idea for a knuckleball is wait as long as you can and then try to swing in an area.
Right. Yeah.
And when he comes with that 75-mile fastball, you're not even ready for that.
Not even ready for it. Yep. Let's see. Matt, how you doing, man? Small Time Republic says hello. Maddox and his own catcher had his own catcher with the Braves, Eddie Perez, instead of Javi Lopez. Yeah.
Maddox had every tool in the freaking toolbox. So yeah, that catcher had his work cut out for him for sure.
Doing. And John, I got to thank Das Wolfen for this one. He let us know right before we came on the air. Another Titan of the NFL passed away today at the age of 80. Dick Butkus.
Pillar. He was the freaking ring bearer. He was the gold standard, and still to this day is the gold standard. Every middle linebacker will always be measured against Dick Butkus.
That's a fact. Huge. That guy was a monster, a friggin' monster.
Yeah.
I didn't really have time to get any highlights together of him and stuff, but we watched him play when we were kids, and the guy was a beast.
Yeah.
The
only thing that shortened his career was offensive linemen cutting him at the knees, because he was a menace on the field. And young people that are playing football out there, watch the way he tackled. He brought his arms with him, and once he got his arms wrapped up, you weren't going anywhere.
Look at him right there. Look at him right there. He's spread eagle. He's ready to go grab somebody.
Bring your arms with you when you come to tackle, man. They don't teach it right anymore. I don't even know if they do tackling drills anymore. That guy was the gold standard. Still to this day, you watch the films of this guy. For a guy that size to be as fast and get to the hole like he did, and the instincts that he had.
Yeah.
And he was a 4-down lineman. He was out there in passing situations as well. Yep.
He was out there
before they started cutting his knees down.
Arms, and he'd get his. He was a lot
like his instincts, dude. He understood the game. Yeah.
Yep. Big time.
Ray Lewis himself will tell you, Dick Butkus, that's the gold standard right there.
That's the guy. Yep. That's for sure. Let's see. Okay. Well, shoot. All right, boss. Come on. There's no dead air here. Why are you chewing my ass?
What do we got?
Well, you know what we got. We got the flicks.
Do we have flicks? I mean, is there any movies out there?
Smallest section of the show, man. This is the smallest section of the show.
But and this used to be the longest thing. When I used to talk to you driving home from work, this used to be what we talked about most
biggest
movies.
Thing we were talking about. It was bigger than sports and all that other shit.
Everything.
But now we've got 3 articles, and one of them is just the regular box office numbers, and they're nothing really. The winner this last weekend was Paw Patrol, the mighty movie, 22 million, followed by Saw. The creator has disappointed so far, apparently.
I don't even know what these are.
This thing opened up and it only made 14 million. The Nun and The Blind. I don't even know what The Blind is, but I don't even know what these movies are. We're going to get a bunch of it's October. We're going to get a bunch of horror movies and stuff, but the creator looked promising, but I don't know if you've seen the preview of that one, Dan, but it's a science fiction movie.
Well, it's got the Disney marquee on it, so I'm not even interested.
It's not Disney. No, the creator?
Go back to it?
It is. Wow.
It is.
It is Walt Disney.
I'm not even going to go into that's where I'm at now with Walt Disney. I'm just not interested in looking at any of the mind pollution that they put out now. So they have their agenda. I get it. I understand it. Yeah, cool. Run with it if you want to.
You're not going to make money that way. That's probably why you're looking to sell.
I'm not going to go see it. So
ABC, all that stuff, right? Yeah. Okay, well, the next one we got is authorities dispatched to Britney Spears' home.
Look, this is my chick right here. Louisiana representing.
Dude, what is going on with Britney? What is this? I mean,
her father was publicly flogged, man, for controlling her life and right?
And now
and he was just vilified.
He might have needed to take care of that chick. I mean, because
who knows their kids better than their freaking
Those dogs haul ass when she smacked them knives together. Look, it's just proof that you can take the girl out of the trailer park, but you can't take the trailer park out of the girl. You just can't do it, dude. It's bad.
Who in their right mind would date that?
I'm telling you, man.
That is a crazy chick, man.
Yeah, she's out of her mind.
Let me just ask you this. I don't know if you heard this question before that. Who knows their kids better than their parents?
That's true. I know my kids pretty well. I know you do too. Yeah. We need to keep an eye on Britney.
Those dogs are like,
now,
this is crazy.
This is what she said. She said she was trying to, they hauled ass. The friggin', she said she was trying to recreate what Shakira had done, a dance she'd done with her knives on stage.
Oh, good, cool. Shakira's crazy too. There you go. Well, awesome.
A lot more talented than that chick. Let's see. Low Spec says lunatic. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Talented or no, you're crazy.
You is bag full of cats. That's what.
I mean, come on. Stab. The dogs are running from her. Okay, dogs sense things, dude. Animals sense craziness. They sense these things. They're like, "Oh, she's dancing with the knives again. Let's get out of here." End up in the fucking crock pot, man. Fuck that.
Well, this last story, this started gaining traction last week, and apparently, after years, Dwayne Davis has been indicted for murder in the fatal drive-by shooting of Tupac.
Good. Good.
Back in 1996, and they're just now getting somebody that they think killed him. What?
Well, they got pretty strong evidence against this guy. Finally, because they got people that are incarcerated that finally rolled over on this person.
Ah, okay.
Gave them up. Yeah.
Wondering why it was taking so long. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. They finally got somebody to roll on some. Yeah, and they finally look. I'm a huge Tupac fan.
Yeah.
I loved his style. And beyond that, I bought his book of poetry, thinking,
whatever.
The shit was good that I read. I mean, the guy was talented, extremely talented. Back in the day when rap was really coming up, and what him and Biggie were rapping about was actually a thing back then. It was true. The shit needed to be talked about. Not like today is just retarded, but it's sad that it took this long to find who did this to them. But and I still think Suge Knight knows about who did that. But maybe the guy can get some peace now. But it's nice to see that it's nice to see that they didn't let it go.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're still pursuing that shit. So.
Yeah. Well, he was an icon. That's for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. Love him or hate him. The guy was definitely a cultural icon. He changed a lot of things. He opened a lot of doors for guys that are out there today.
I'd say he was like the Bob Marley of rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He really was. He was an icon. E. Clay Thomas says, "I can fix her." Talking about Britney. Yeah. Okay. You go ahead.
Electric shock treatment.
Electric shock treatments. What the hell? Oh man, look, boss, we're just having a good time, man. You don't have to yell at me 24.
Fuck that dude, bro.
What do we got?
You know what we got? We got them earthquakes, man.
Earthquakes.
We got them earthquakes. We got them chicks, trying to put their lipstick on in a 8.9 Richter scale earthquake.
I mean, I don't know okay. I guess, success is measured in different ways, I suppose.
I guess, man. I guess.
But
the first one we got to talk about here is the California governor says that Taylor Swift's influence on the U.S. election will be profoundly powerful. That's Gavin Newsom talking about Taylor Swift. Of course, Gavin Newsom, if you ask me, he's going to end up throwing his hat in the ring against Biden here pretty quick because he's been doing a lot of stuff trying to get his name in the news here lately. But he says that Taylor Swift's going to have a big impact on the election. I guess he's coming to this conclusion after all the jersey sales for Mr. Kelsey have gone up, with her showing up at his games and them selling out the Jets game, which was better than advertised, actually. Dan, did you see any of that, dude? Not even interested. Yeah, I understand.
No, you know what? I did see the game. The Jets actually deserved to win that game.
Yeah.
But to the point of the discussion,
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Swift is going to be a big. Okay, so again, I'm going to ask this question: has anybody out there that's watching this show, have you seen Idiocracy, the movie Idiocracy?
Right.
If you haven't seen the movie, you need to fucking watch the movie, because we're in the times right now.
We are in that right now. Yeah.
Have you seen that movie, Joe Don?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I know exactly
Idiocracy.
What yeah, Idiocracy.
This is what happens when you dumb down the society, because our educational system sucks ass now. Didn't used to be that way, but it does now.
Yeah.
Well, once you dumb down the society, okay, so first of all, you break up the family unit, which we did that back in the 60s and 70s. You dumb down the society, right? So they're just a bunch of sheep now with no moral code, no moral standard. And they're willingly going to say, oh, the government, they're all educated. They know what's going on. That's where we're living now.
Yeah.
Did I go over the top? Was that too much?
No, not at all. Yeah, I would tell you. Trust me. I have a YouTube channel I want to keep. If you were over the top.
You know what? If you told me I was going over the top, I'd go further.
I know you would. Yes. Yes, boys. My brother is the ultimate troll. Remember that.
It's too bad. I mean, I think we may be the last generation where we had a little sense of nation pride and moral standard, and to see what's going on today, it's like, wow,
it's still out there. Don't worry.
I'm glad you think it is. It'll come back when you and I pass away, because that pendulum will come back. It will come back.
All right. Well, check this guy.
We won't see it.
Man goes to hospital with a stomach ache. Shocked doctors retrieve 60 household items from his gut. Apparently, this guy had pica. I've heard of this before, but wow, I've never seen it at this pitch before. 60 household items they pulled out of his gut.
This guy was eating all kinds of shit, man.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, honest to God. He's lucky he lived through it.
Yeah.
We'll be lucky to live through it.
He was lucky to live through it. That's right.
Speaking of luck, crazy.
Here's the winner of the Fuck Around and Find Out award this week. A delivery driver who shot a YouTuber who was pranking him said it was justifiable self-defense, and a jury agreed.
Absolutely, they did.
Yes.
That reestablishes my faith in the jury system, because this asshole, and I've seen these things before. He's not the only one that goes out and pranks people. And the first time I saw one of those videos, and I won't watch this shit, I'm like, you know what? Somebody's going to get killed doing that. You can't do that to people, just living their lives and go up there and prank someone. Somebody's going to get killed. And this douchebag almost got killed.
Yeah, he almost did.
And the jury agreed with that, and good for them. Yeah. That asshole will get out of that freaking hospital, and he'll go back to doing it.
Won't get out of his face. He's holding the damn phone in his face.
I saw it, Joe. I saw it.
Yeah,
I saw it.
It's stupid.
When he got shot, I was like, "Yep, that seems reasonable to me."
Right.
You asked for that.
So there
you go.
Mr. Pfizer, laugh out loud. Small time instances. People were better educated back in the 30s and 40s than today. Maybe not in years, but in common sense. That is the thing right there, my brother. Common sense seems to be a lot rarer.
We are absent of common sense. That's not even a thing. It's not even a thing anymore, because you can't prove common sense scientifically. Whatever. That's the thing you hear in your head, man.
Elon Musk goes to the border and leaves stunned. Complete madness. Now, I watched a couple of these videos. He put them up on X, what used to be Twitter, And it's very interesting. He wasn't by himself down there. He was down there with a couple of representatives, government representatives, and it was very interesting, man. Some of the stuff.
Whoa, what's going on with that Viagra thing over there, dude?
Yeah,
I lost total interest in what your whole thing was about.
They don't want us talking about Elon Musk. I think.
Holy mackerel! Did she go down there with him?
On some Musk and going out is what they.
You know what I'm saying? Back to him, yeah. I mean, somebody needs to bring freaking awareness down there because state of Texas is being overrun.
Elon's in the same area that Trump is to me. I like what he's trying to do, but he's still just a guy. Don't put this guy on a pedestal. He's just a dude trying to make money. Okay, don't forget that. But
no doubt. But maybe he can bring awareness, man, because
exactly
nobody else is.
Nobody else is trying to. Yeah.
None of the media outlets are trying to get that word out. I mean, now, people need to understand what's going on.
Yeah, no common sense. Here's a perfect story about it right here. Teen dies after standing up through sunroof and hitting concrete beam in mall parking garage.
Saw that. That wasn't the first time that a teen's been, well, the other teen lived, but yeah, there you go.
This guy died from it.
Sure.
I can't throw stones at a glass house. When Gary Bodine had that friggin' sunroof on his Firebird that he had, no, I think he had a Formula. I can't remember, but we used to do the Superman thing and ride on the top of it, you know, and he'd rip down Shady Grove Drive, but there was nothing above us. You know what I mean? I mean, you can't do that indoors, man. You'll get hurt. You know what I'm saying? That's just wow. Oof.
Yeah, I never hung out of cars, moving cars, anything like that, dude.
I understand. You're a little tamer than I am. Yeah, I did a little crazier shit, man. I was
cool. Totally down for not putting myself in harm's way.
People throwing down at Popeyes up in Milwaukee, bro. Yeah,
do it, bro.
Yeah, they're throwing down. Video.
I mean, why not?
And employees fighting at a Kentwood. Now, this is false. It says Kentwood, Louisiana Popeyes goes viral. No, Kentwood is up in Wisconsin, I think.
No, Kentwood's down in Louisiana.
It says Kentwood, Louisiana, but if you look at the video,
we ship water to Kentwood all the time.
At a Milwaukee Popeyes.
Yeah.
Now,
could be, but
is a Popeyes. You know, they're called Louisiana Popeyes restaurants everywhere. I think that's what the confusion is. But this is what happened. I'm not going to put sound to it, but yeah. That is crazy, man.
Okay, then.
Yep. I'll put the sound on. Hang on.
Forte went inside.
I said to myself, wow, it's a lot of people working here.
A lot of people soon turned into a lot of chaos.
I heard one of them yell, "It's a fight." They ran.
What is going on?
Okay. Now, it was a fight back there. I didn't get that one on tape.
Forte says tensions were just beginning to mount.
Then two guys started fighting again.
Feeling the hostility,
something is about to go down.
This is employees.
Forte grabbed his cell phone and started recording. A violent fight breaks out. Chairs go flying. With
oh, boy.
That's crazy.
Joe John, I'm going to pause my mic. I'll be right back.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead, bro.
Honestly, I wasn't even going to get the chicken sandwich, you know.
He said he wasn't going to get the chicken sandwich, folks. The Popeye's chicken sandwich, which we all know is really, really killer stuff. You know, it's great stuff. But, yeah, unbelievable. These people act. I don't know what gets into people these days in public. They think they can just beat the hell out of whoever they want. It's crazy. Now, this one right here, it's a good thing Daniel's not here right now, but I got a laugh out of this headline when I saw it, guys. Check this out. Prince Harry wants his old life back. Meghan Markle left frustrated, an expert says. He apparently wants to get back to his old life in England. How funny is that? Be careful what you wish for, folks. You might regret it. I mean, yeah, it's a good thing Danny's gone right now. I need to get this headline off before he gets back, because that is just silly right there. I can't believe that Harry has gone to this length to separate himself from his family, and now he's thinking about going back. That's crazy. Let's check this next one out. The largest healthcare strike in U.S. history has begun. Now, what this one is, this is more than 75,000 healthcare workers at Kaiser Permanent, the country's largest healthcare nonprofit organization, walked out of hospitals and medical offices across several states on Wednesday after labor negotiators failed to resolve a dispute over fair wages and, staffing levels. It is the largest healthcare worker strike in U.S. history. Now, this right here, when I hear it's about fair wages, I don't know. My wife was a nurse for 20 years. They make pretty good money. But the staffing levels, that I can tell you, they are getting overworked. No doubt about it. We're talking about the healthcare workers going on strike, Dan.
Really, I didn't see this headline. And yeah,
this one
logistics manager first, then radio thing second. Sorry about that, everybody. But
it's all right.
Largest healthcare strike in U.S. history has begun. Shoot.
Yeah, it's 75,000 healthcare workers from Kaiser Permanent, the country's largest healthcare nonprofit organization. They walked out over fair wages and staffing levels. Now, what I was saying was this, and
I'm guessing that's a nationwide thing.
Yeah,
Kaiser.
It's several states.
Oh boy.
But there's the thing about it is this. They want fair wages, and the staffing levels is a big contention. And the fair wages, I don't know, man. They make pretty damn good money. They do.
Look, don't discount the freaking UPS strike and their success that they had. Right. You're seeing a lot of different entities go out on strike now.
Yeah. Yeah, United
Auto workers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This bunch here.
Yeah, but this is the thing. With theirs, fair wages, I don't understand, but staffing levels, I do. They are overworked.
Well, that's the thing.
There's a shortage of nurses.
They are hand in hand. So if they're not going to, if the staffing levels are low, you need to compensate with the wage. If you're going to really draw on people and put that kind of demand on them, then you need to pay a higher wage. If you're not going to pay a higher wage, you need to do something to entice people to come into that, that career area. And some of that's going to be some of that's going to be pay.
Yeah. What a lot of them have gone to is what a lot of nurses did to capitalize on the staffing shortages was something called travel nursing. They would travel out of their home state and nurse somewhere else at a much higher pay rate. You know what I'm saying?
And that's cool. But you know what? Along those lines, people that always argue for universal health care, you want to talk about staffing shortage at that point.
Yeah.
When you government mandated health, look at any country that does it. A lot of their people come to like the United States where they can get the health care that they need and don't have these huge wait. Because you're only going to have so many people in the healthcare industry. And when you mandate them that they got to work these hours and be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365.
Right. Yep. All right. Next one. This guy won the lottery right here. A man who forgot he invested $22 in Bitcoin makes a fortune. 2 Bitcoin-like investments in 2023. What's my man saying? Small Time Republic says in Canada, people have to wait a long time depending on the medical need. Yeah. And it probably has a lot to do with staffing shortages and things like that, man. It probably
yeah.
But yeah, this guy basically won the lottery, really.
Yeah,
Turns out his investment is now worth $850,000. What's up?
When did he make his initial investment? Did it say?
Yeah.
Anyway, he did well. $850. Of course, if he's from the United States, the government will take half of that. So
right.
Still a good windfall for him, but Uncle Sugar's going to grab his lion's share. Because, we got to pay for shenanigans.
We have several of these, and we may have a new section next week called the best and brightest.
Best and brightest. I think we're going to roll that out next week. Yeah.
It has everything to do with the litigators that we sent to Washington, our representatives, and how they are
our mouthpiece. These people represent us.
People who talk for us.
When foreign entities deal with these people, they think they're dealing with the American public directly.
Yeah, it's crazy. The GOP's new interim House Speaker kicked Nancy Pelosi out of her hideaway office so he could use it himself.
Not even that headline is so far from being accurate. It's not even funny.
I know. Explain it to him, Dan. Explain it to him.
Well, the incoming speaker, there's an interim office that's used until the outgoing speaker is done and cleared out of the office, and then the incoming speaker moves out of that interim office. I don't know why we have to have that. We get to pay for that. But anyway, you have this interim office, and they act like she was hiding out in some place that nobody knew about, like a janitor's closet or something. But yeah, this sensational journalism, this is how they whip up public opinion on one side or the other so we can fight. And again, Democrats, Republicans, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So there you go. Exactly.
Classic rando.
Well, here's another one of those disloyal fucks, and it's the guy that do we really need to listen to anything he has to say?
Best and brightest. Mitch McConnell calls for the rule change in the House after he claims it's impossible to govern.
Don't seize up, Dan. Don't do it. Don't seize up.
This guy is saying anything? Who's listening to this guy?
Right.
Why would you listen to this guy?
Yeah.
Kentucky, do us a fucking favor, man.
Do us a favor.
Find somebody else.
Before we prosecute you for elderly abuse, damn it.
Look at that picture right there. He literally pissed himself right there.
This one I thought was funny as hell when I heard it today. The Biden's dog Commander gone from the White House after stringing a string of biting incidents. He's been biting the Secret Service like it's going out of style, man. And
that's fine. Look, President Biden, he bites like 4 or 5-year-old little girls at will. So he's just following what his owner's doing.
Now that is
the freakiest video I've ever seen, Joe John. When he's over in Europe and he does that whole to that little girl's shoulder. Yeah. Why is this guy not getting locked up? This dude right here, another best and brightest right here. Yeah,
here's your best and brightest guy right here. You actually were talking about this earlier. Texas Representative Joaquin Castro warns military strikes within Mexico could be considered an act of war. Why in the hell would we be launching military strikes into Mexico? What is this all about, Daniel?
Well, that's what we talked about earlier. We're talking about the cartels. We're talking about, we've got programs in place to educate and try to rehabilitate. This clown right here, he says we don't need to attack the cartels. We need to expand on the existing programs and put more money into these programs. Well, I'll tell you this, that's not working.
No.
We need to have these things, while we still have this huge epidemic with addiction, opioid addiction, but we need to go after the source. And if we can't work with the Mexican government to partner up on that and hit these people where they live and stop that flow, then you're never going to get make any headway anywhere. And the idea, and this guy right here is advocating for more money to programs, existing programs, and expanding on it programs.
As long as you put an equal amount into stopping the flow as well.
Stop the flow. We've got enough money going into these programs.
Yeah.
We need to get with the Mexican government and partner with them and attack these damn cartels. And if you can't do that, you go to the UN and you put pressure.
Yeah.
The UN is supposed to be there for the globe. Something's got to be done at the core level.
You can't trust
it's got to be done.
Throwing though, that's a bad.
It'll
thing.
never be done. It just won't be done. So
Small Time Republic says McConnell needs to mind his own business or lack thereof. Yeah, no doubt.
He can't mind his own business. He don't even know what his business is anymore. The guy's that's so bad. I mean, that's sad. And he's supposed to be representing me, he's from Kentucky, but he's part of my government.
20 grand old party senators led by Rick Scott vow to block bills not related to funding the government.
Yeah, there you go. And Chuck Schumer's going to try to do an end run when everybody's out on vacation, like they always do.
Yeah.
And who gets stuck with the bill?
Us.
People. This is what you talk to young people, they don't even understand how taxes are litigated, how they're dispersed, who pays them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a freaking real problem. It's a real problem. And these are the same generations that are willingly giving up their rights.
Mm-hmm. It's sad. It's completely sad.
Yeah.
But you know what, Dan? You know what?
It's time to turn out the lights.
It's that time.
Because Thursday Night Football should be cranking
Thursday
up.
Football is well underway.
Oh, we need to get out of here then.
And I got a T-bone waiting on me here pretty quick. So
we are overrun.
It's time to buckle your chin strap. Get ready, because it's time to turn out the light.
I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there. I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there.
Now that's a defensive play.
Look, man, that's a nasty player that you want on your team. He hunted down Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner is trying to tackle my guy with the ball. I'm going to eliminate Kurt Warner.
I'm trying to throw a good block to spring my guy, my 300-pound lineman, just to happen to get that. He could go all the way. It's a key block, bro. Come on, man.
Dude, he didn't just get a good
interception.
block.
Where's Warner?
He lifted
I must
and
kill Warner.
Separated that guy. Boom! You said it
he went total Terminator. I must kill Warner.
Must kill
Crunch.
I must go. Damn, Sam, man. Well, let me see. What was that exactly that we had there? I think it's Teachers Day.
What was the
like that,
middle
globally,
thing? Yeah.
I think. Isn't that what it was, Dan?
Yeah.
Because I remember I was so upset because I couldn't find the video. Let's see. Let me take a look at this real quick. Yeah, there it is. All right. It's World Teachers Day. That's the name of it.
That's a great video, by the way. Yeah, made me smile. I appreciate that.
Well, I'm fixing to show it to the guys, but I want to show you, first of all, bad examples of teaching. There's a teacher accused of raping a boy, 12 years old, rearrested while out on bond after stalking and harassing the victim, police said. This chick messed with an underager. Her name is Alyssa McCommon. She's 38 from Covington. And sure enough, man, she goes after him again when she gets out on bond. It's just stupid. And then you've got this chick. We got another former teacher arrested following an investigation. We got a third-degree rape charge, 4 counts of felony carnal knowledge of a juvenile, and oral sexual battery on this chick. And and it's in Louisiana, sure enough. Check it out. Only in Louisiana. What the hell?
Bro.
What? Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Oral sexual battery?
I'm not making it up. It's right there. Oral sexual battery.
I'm going to let that linger for the people out there. It's not.
Stew in that for a second. Yeah.
Totally bad.
But we've got people like that first of all, we're not vetting these people that are teaching very well at all. But then you've got people like this. A viral video, teacher tells class box has picture of his favorite student, and the ending is just presses. I'm going to go ahead and play this.
Play that video because we all need that video, man.
And I want you to see it. This is what's cool about these kind of things right here. They're all going up and taking a look at the picture he's got in the box.
Sevince kalbimizde ümitler çiçeklenir, kötülükler kaybolur, karanlığa gizlenir. Kötülükler kaybolur, karanlığa gizlenir. Çok sevmeli herkesi, sevdiğin ömrün neşesi. Dünyada en güzel şey, kalpte insan sevgisi. Dünyada en güzel şey, kalpte insan sevgisi.
But it'll show it.
Hayat sevince güzel, sevince tatlı günler. Bir kuş kelebeği, bir taşı sevin yeter. Hayat sevince güzel, sevince.
So let's hear it from the teachers that come up with this stuff.
There you go.
Our Aunt Jane did it.
In the world we live in, we need to see more stuff like that. That's good. That's
a good
good. I know when you sent that over and I looked at it, I was like, he's got to have a mirror in there. And sure enough, that's good on him. Good on him.
Very cool.
He engages those kids, man, and makes them feel good about themselves and school as a whole. So that's good.
I want to show you the balance. Yeah, you've got bad teachers, but you got good ones too. And they don't make near enough for what they do. Look, there's two folks that don't make near enough for what they do. That's cops and police. They don't make enough for what they do.
Yeah.
They really don't.
And you can expand that to all the first responders, but they don't get paid enough for what they have to deal with on a day-to-day, really.
Yep.
They don't.
Yep. But let's hear it for the teachers.
Absolutely.
Like I said, our Aunt Jane and our Aunt Ruth.
I'm empty, but yeah, good on you.
And our cousin, I don't know if you know it or not, but Laura does it too. She teaches special
Absolutely.
needs in Texas.
Yep. I follow her on Facebook. Yep.
Okay. Well, boys and girls, you know what time it is now. It's time.
What time is it, dude?
For the Simple Jack Award. That's right. We've seen some stupid people today. But
oh my God.
Believe it or not, there's one guy above all of these idiots we've been talking about today that wins the Simple Jack Award. And when we talk about the Simple Jack Award, we're talking about people trying to do the right thing, but they just can't quite get it done. They really can't. And, you know,
I think this guy had no interest in getting the right thing done.
This guy had no interest, did he, Dan? Well,
he didn't, man. What is going on? Our best and brightest, man.
Best
again.
And brightest this week is the congressman that was caught on camera pulling a fire alarm in an apparent attempt to delay a vote to avoid a shutdown. This guy
and the excuses this guy came up with, man, was just retarded.
He's a Democrat from, check it out, New York State.
New York State. Rep up, Empire State. And the excuses his handlers came out with, you know, his advisors, you know, he thought that was a door that was normally used, you know, and he just pulled the latch and there's not signage on there. He wasn't really sure what it would do. He was just checking to see if it did. Blah, blah, blah. The guy pulled the fire alarm to delay a vote. I mean, they're right in the middle. Congress is right in the middle of trying to pass this bill to keep the government afloat for whoever cares. I don't even know why. And his solution is to pull the frickin' fire alarm to get everybody to evacuate. Now, does that not sound childish to you?
Yeah, just a little.
I mean, that's just teenage bullshit, right?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, they've got serious business that they handle in our name that direct our policy and our navigating the way we live our lives here in this country. And the best that this guy can do, his solution for the thing is, let me pull the fire alarm to delay the vote.
Unbelievable.
Now that's just asinine. And that's all I have to say about that.
Never go for retard.
Yeah, and he went full
That
retard.
guy went full retard on a capital level.
On a capital level.
Capital level, dude.
Capital level even.
And now keep in mind, people, these guys and girls, they represent us. We the people. They're the voice of the United States. And the best they can do is pull the fire alarm.
Pull the fire alarm, delay the vote on the shutdown. Get the fuck out of here, man. Damn. Yeah, well. You got to laugh
People
at
did
it,
that
folks.
in high school, man, when they didn't want to do their test.
Right.
Pull the fire alarm.
Take a test, pull the fire alarm. Yeah, get everybody out. Yep. What the fuck? All right. Well, boys and girls, as usual, that's our show for this evening. Oh, my God. Das Wolfen says, is that a capital R retard?
Yes.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
All right, boys and girls, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. Of course, you can tune in every Thursday evening at 6 p.m. to watch me and my brother go over the clown show that is 2023 and the headlines of the previous week on the Brothers Hack the Matrix. And, of course, the next time you'll see me is on Sketching the Privateer. It's been a month since I did that show, too. We're going to get back to drawing on the comic book. And that's at 1:30 p.m. Central Time on Saturday. And, of course, you can always tune in for the best tailgate party on YouTube for pregame party. 2 hours before your kickoff, we get together and talk about things. And, man, let me tell you, the picks went bad this week. My gosh, I didn't see half of these teams winning that one.
A lot of parity.
Come check us out, and you'll get our opinions on things. Monday's my busiest day of the week. First of all, rented lips. I start my morning with some morning coffee with Gary, Military Monday, and we're going to be doing The Guns of Navarone, a classic Alistair McLean novel that was turned into a movie in the 60s. It's a really good flick. Tune in for that. And then that 70s rock fan at 4 p.m. Central Time, we're going to be talking about Ronnie James Dio, boys and girls. The guy that gave us the rock and roll symbol.
Stop me in my tracks, bro.
Check it out, bro. The guy that gave us this, Dan, right? That guy right there. We're going to be talking about him on Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. on that 70s Rock Fans channel. And then, of course, at 6:30 p.m. that evening, it's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I continue to my walkthrough of that game on Papa Joe Gamer after dark. And then on Tuesday, it gets back to its regular time at 10 p.m. Central Time with a little bit of Fable 2, Cocktails and Fails. And then on Wednesday, we'll be right back around to State of the Atmosphere, the pop culture show I do during the week to let you know what's going on with everything. And we'll definitely be reviewing Loki. It started today. I'll be watching it after the game tonight and see what's going on with that. So, for myself, and there can be only one, the Hylunder, we want to thank you for being here. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless. And I'm going to hit the trailer eventually.
What? Maybe not. Dead air. Dead air.